Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me now, because what I am about to tell you could be the difference between a life of struggle and a life of victory. Some of you are here today, trapped in the same cycles, making the same mistakes, living the same frustrations year after year. And you've asked yourself, why am I still in this place? Why hasn't my life changed? I tell you this, change is not a mystery. It is not reserved for a chosen few. It is the result of powerful, life-altering habits that any man or woman can embrace. And when you do, when you take hold of these habits and make them your own, the course of your life will shift. But it requires action. It requires a decision. And it requires a heart that is willing to be transformed. So if you're tired of the same old struggles, if you're desperate for something more, then stay with me. Because in the next few moments, I will give you 5 powerful habits that can change your life quickly. Not in a decade, not in a year, but starting today. Are you ready? Habit 1, the habit of ruthless focus. Your life is shaped by what you focus on. Where your mind goes, your energy follows. Most people are distracted, chasing 100 different things, but mastering none. If you want to change your life quickly, you must develop a laser-sharp focus on what truly matters. Cut out the noise. Stop entertaining distractions. Lock in on your goals and pursue them with relentless determination. Habit 2, the habit of daily discipline. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your daily habits. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the small, consistent actions you take every single day, whether anyone is watching or not, that build the future you desire. Wake up with a purpose. Set your mind on growth, and never let a day pass without taking a step toward your destiny. Habit 3, the habit of speaking life. Your words have power. What you say about yourself, your future, and your abilities shapes your reality. Too many people are defeated before they even begin because they speak words of failure and fear. But when you begin to declare victory, when you speak words of strength, faith, and possibility, you will see doors open that you never imagined. Speak life into your dreams and watch what happens. Habit 4, the habit of taking bold action. Faith without works is dead. Many of you have dreams, visions, and desires burning in your heart, but fear has kept you frozen. Let me tell you, nothing changes until you move. The greatest breakthroughs happen when you step out in boldness, even when you don't have all the answers. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take action now. Habit 5, the habit of resilience. Life will knock you down. Challenges will come. But the difference between those who succeed and those who stay defeated is resilience. You must develop the habit of getting back up, of pushing forward no matter what. Your pain, your struggles, your setbacks, they are not the end of your story. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to stay down, you will rise and you will win. Final call to action now. The question is, what will you do with what you have just heard? Will you walk away unchanged, letting another day, another year pass you by? Or will you take hold of these habits and transform your life? The choice is in your hands. But know this, your future is calling, your breakthrough is waiting, and the time for change is now. The greatest transformations in life do not come from one massive leap, but from small, consistent changes applied over time. Too often, people believe that change must be dramatic, that it must happen overnight, or that it requires some kind of special talent or extraordinary luck. But the truth is, the most powerful changes are born from the seemingly insignificant habits that are repeated every single day. A man does not wake up successful by accident. A woman does not suddenly find herself in a life of purpose without intention. It is the daily choices, the small adjustments, and the unseen moments of discipline that shape the outcome of a person's destiny. Every great achievement starts with a single step. A towering tree begins as a tiny seed buried beneath the soil, hidden from sight, growing silently before it ever reaches the surface. The same is true in life. The small habits you cultivate today will determine the future you step into tomorrow. But here lies the problem. Most people underestimate the power of small changes because they do not see immediate results. They want transformation now. They want success now. And when they do not see it instantly, they give up, believing that their actions do not matter. But if only they would press on, if only they would realize that every decision, no matter how small, is shaping their future. Consider a person who desires to change their health. They don't need to overhaul their entire life in one day. They don't need to become a fitness expert overnight. But if they commit to drinking more water, to walking for 10 minutes a day, to cutting out just one unhealthy habit, those small decisions over time will lead to incredible transformation. The same is true in relationships. A single kind word, a daily moment of gratitude, a habit of truly listening, these small actions can rebuild trust, strengthen bonds, and change the course of a marriage or a friendship. Financial success is no different. It is not about suddenly acquiring wealth, but about the small decisions to save, to invest, to be disciplined with spending that eventually lead to abundance. The problem is not that change is impossible. It is that people are not willing to be patient with the process. They want the harvest without planting the seeds. They want the reward without the sacrifice. But those who understand the power of small changes know that success is not an event. It is a process. It is built in the quiet moments, in the unseen efforts, in the choices made when no one is watching. And if a person will commit to these small, intentional changes, they will wake up one day and realize that they are no longer the same. They will see that their life has shifted, that they have become someone different, someone stronger, someone more capable. Because small changes, when practiced consistently, do not stay small. They compound, they multiply, and eventually they lead to a life that is completely transformed. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide, will I continue as I am or will I change? That moment is now. Too many people live in a cycle of waiting. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right feeling before they take action. But let me tell you something, if you keep waiting, you will wait your life away. Change does not come to those who hesitate. It comes to those who are willing to move, to act, to take a step even when the path is unclear. The truth is, life does not slow down for anyone. Time does not wait for you to be ready. Every day that passes is a day you will never get back. Every moment wasted in hesitation is a moment that could have been used to build, to grow, to become the person you were meant to be. And yet so many people live as if they have an unlimited supply of time. They put off their dreams. They delay their progress. They tell themselves, one day I will change, but one day never comes. You see, transformation is not something that happens in the future. It is something that begins now. It begins the moment you decide that enough is enough. The moment you refuse to live another day trapped in the same cycles, making the same excuses, feeling the same frustration. It begins when you realize that waiting will not make things easier, that delay will not make things better, and that the only way forward is to take action. People say they will change when they feel motivated, but motivation is a fleeting thing. If you rely on it, you will never be consistent. The real power of transformation comes when you decide to change, whether you feel like it or not. It is when you take action despite your doubts, despite your fears, despite the voice in your head that tells you to wait. Because once you step forward, once you begin, momentum builds. What seemed impossible before suddenly becomes possible. What felt too difficult becomes second nature. Some of you are standing at the edge of change right now. You have dreams inside of you, goals you have pushed aside, a vision for your life that you have ignored. And I am here to tell you that if you do not act now, you may never act at all. Life is moving forward with or without you. The world is changing. Time is passing. The question is, will you move with it? Will you seize this moment, this day, this opportunity to change your life? Or will you let it slip away, waiting for a tomorrow that may never come? The urgency is real. The time is now, and the choice is in your hands. Everything you desire to change in your life begins in one place: your mind. The way you think determines the way you live. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and excuses, your life will reflect those things. But if your mind is renewed, strengthened, and set on victory, nothing can stop you. This is why so many people remain trapped in the same cycles year after year. Not because they lack talent, not because they don't have opportunities, but because their thinking keeps them bound. You see, the battle for your future is fought in your mind long before it is won in your actions. Before you can change your habits, before you can shift your circumstances, before you can step into a greater life, you must first change the way you see yourself. Too many people have accepted a mindset of limitation. They believe they are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. And because they believe these lies, they live according to them. But if they only knew the power of their own thoughts, if they only understood that the mind is the engine that drives their reality, think about it. Every great achievement, every success story, every breakthrough began with a single thought: I can do this. Without that thought, there would be no action. Without that belief, they will fail, will never take the steps necessary to succeed. But a person who truly believes in the power within them will find a way. No matter the obstacles, no matter the difficulties, no matter how many times they fall. This is why transformation begins with the mind. The moment you shift your thinking, everything else follows. The moment you refuse to entertain negativity, doubt, and fear, doors start opening. The moment you replace excuses with action, replace complaints with gratitude, and replace fear with faith, your entire reality begins to change. But make no mistake, this is not an easy battle. Your mind has been conditioned for years, shaped by experiences, by voices, by the world around you. And if you are not careful, you will continue to think the way you have always thought, and in turn, live the way you have always lived. This is why you must be intentional. You must guard your thoughts, challenge your old ways of thinking, and actively replace them with new empowering beliefs. You must speak words of life over yourself, declare your potential, and refuse to accept anything less than the best version of you. The greatest prison is not made of iron bars, but of a limited mind. And the moment you break free from it, the moment you realize that your thoughts have the power to build or destroy your future, you will never live the same again. Because once your mind is set on transformation, once your vision is clear, and once your thoughts align with your purpose, your life will follow in ways you never imagined. Success is not an accident. It does not come by luck, nor does it come by wishful thinking. It is the direct result of discipline and faith. Two forces that work together to shape the life you desire. Without discipline, your dreams remain fantasies. Without faith, your efforts lack the power to push through adversity. But when these two are combined, they create an unstoppable force that leads to transformation. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It is waking up early to chase your goals when your body tells you to sleep. It is putting in the work when no one is watching. It is making the hard choices, saying no to distractions, and staying committed to the process even when results are not immediate. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack discipline. They start strong but quit when things get tough. They set goals but abandon them when motivation fades. But true discipline is not based on feelings. It is based on commitment. It is the ability to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the journey becomes. But discipline alone is not enough, because no matter how hard you work, there will be moments when you feel like giving up. There will be times when the obstacles seem too big, when the struggle feels too heavy. This is where faith comes in. Faith is the belief that your effort is not in vain. It is the confidence that even when you cannot see the results yet, something is happening beneath the surface. Faith keeps you moving when logic tells you to quit. It gives you the strength to endure the seasons of struggle, knowing that breakthrough is ahead. Look at the people who have achieved great things. They were not the ones who had the easiest path. They were not the ones who never faced setbacks. They were the ones who refused to give up, who showed up every day with discipline and believed with unshakable faith that their time would come. They sacrificed short-term pleasure for long-term success. They endured pain, rejection, and failure, but they never lost sight of their vision. They understood that discipline is what keeps you on the path, and faith is what gives you the endurance to finish the race. This is why transformation is not for the weak-hearted. It is not for those who are looking for shortcuts. It is for those who are willing to do what it takes, who are willing to fight for their destiny. If you want to change your life, you must be willing to discipline yourself like never before. You must train your mind, your body, and your habits to align with your vision. And above all, you must believe that the effort you put in today will lead to the breakthrough you seek tomorrow. Because when discipline and faith come together, nothing is impossible. Every person who has ever tried to change their life has faced resistance. The moment you decide to step into something greater, the moment you commit to transformation, you will feel it. An invisible force pushing back, trying to keep you where you are. It comes in many forms: fear, self-doubt, procrastination, excuses, even the voices of others telling you that you can't do it. But hear me now. If you do not learn to overcome resistance, if you do not learn to push past doubt, you will never reach the life that is waiting for you. Resistance is the force that tries to keep you in your comfort zone. It tells you that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that you should wait for a better time. But there is no better time than now. Too many people let doubt paralyze them. They think they need more experience, more knowledge, more resources before they begin. But the truth is, you will never feel fully ready. You must move forward despite the doubt, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, because resistance only has power if you listen to it. Doubt is a liar. It whispers in your mind, replaying past failures, reminding you of every time things didn't go the way you planned. It makes you believe that because you failed before, you will fail again. But failure is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to learn, to grow, to adjust, and to keep going. The greatest people in history, leaders, inventors, visionaries, were not those who never failed, but those who refused to let failure define them. They saw every setback as a lesson, every obstacle as an opportunity to grow stronger. You must understand this. Doubt will never fully go away. Even the most successful people still feel it. But they have learned to act anyway. They have trained themselves to move forward in spite of fear. And that is the key. To take action even when everything in you wants to hesitate. Because the moment you take action, the moment you step forward, doubt loses its power, resistance weakens, and you begin to build momentum. Most people quit right before their breakthrough. They give up because things feel too hard, not realizing that difficulty is often a sign that they are close to something great. The bigger the resistance, the greater the reward on the other side. So do not let doubt steal your destiny. Do not let fear rob you of the life that is waiting for you. Push through. Keep going. Because the moment you decide that nothing, not resistance, not fear, not doubt, will stop you, that is the moment your life will begin to change. There comes a time when you must stop thinking about change and start walking in it. You have heard the words, you have felt the stirring in your heart, and now you stand at a crossroads. One path leads back to the same life you've always known. The same struggles, the same excuses, the same regret. The other path leads to transformation, to a life of discipline, faith, and purpose. But no one can choose that path for you. No one can force you to change. The decision is yours. For too long, many people have lived in hesitation. They have let opportunities pass by, waiting for the right time, waiting to feel ready, waiting for everything to be perfect before they take action. But let me tell you something. There will never be a perfect moment. If you do not act now, when will you? If you do not decide today, how many more years will slip away? Life does not wait. Time is moving forward with or without you. And the only thing that stands between you and the life you desire is the decision you make in this moment. Some of you have tried before. You've started and stopped. You've made promises to yourself and broken them. And now you doubt if you even have the strength to change. But listen to me. You are stronger than you think. The past does not define you. Your failures do not define you. What matters is what you do now. And right now, you have the chance to rewrite your story. Right now, you have the opportunity to rise up, to break free from the chains that have held you back, and to take control of your life. But you must commit. You must decide that nothing, not fear, not doubt, not past mistakes, will keep you from moving forward. You must embrace the habits of focus, discipline, action, and resilience. You must train your mind to think differently, to see possibility where others see obstacles, to speak life where others speak defeat. And most of all, you must refuse to quit. Because once you truly commit, once you make the decision that you will not turn back, your life will begin to shift. So I ask you now, what will you do? Will you walk away unchanged, letting this be just another message you heard? Or will you take hold of these words and make them real in your life? Will you choose to step into the life that has been waiting for you all along? Because the time is now, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The choice is yours. And your future begins the moment you decide you have heard the call, you have felt the urgency. Now the choice is in your hands. No one can walk this path for you. No one can make the decision to change your life except you. The habits we have spoken about today, the power of small changes, the urgency of transformation, the mindset shift, the discipline and faith, the strength to overcome doubt, and the call to action are not just words. They are the keys to unlocking a new future, a future that is waiting for those bold enough to claim it. But listen to me. This is not a message to simply inspire you for a moment. Inspiration fades. Motivation comes and goes. What matters is what you do next. Will you walk away from this moment unchanged, letting these words be nothing more than a passing thought? Or will you take hold of them and step into the life you were meant to live? The time for waiting is over. The time for excuses is gone. You were not created to live in fear, in hesitation, in regret. You were made for more. But to step into that more, you must act. You must wake up tomorrow with new determination. You must choose daily to walk in discipline, to reject doubt, to push past resistance, and to believe in the future that is waiting for you. And when you do, when you truly commit to these habits, you will look back one day and realize that you are no longer the same. You will see that the small decisions led to big results, that the battles you fought in your mind gave you strength, that the moments you felt like giving up were the moments that shaped you into who you were meant to be. This is your moment. Step into it. Embrace it. Live it. Because your transformation is not coming someday. It begins now.